It's Week 12 of the National Football League. Our spotlight is on Michael Pittman. Now over 1,000 receiving yards on the season. It's the Colts and the Steelers on Monday Night Prime Time.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we might have finished Week 12 with a good Monday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis and CD, you look at the Colts in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Pittsburgh's offense making its way out, and we get a look at the player drafted to succeed Ben Roethlisberger as the franchise's quarterback. Knows a lot about the city. He's a rookie out of Pitt, Kenny Pickett.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This defense for the Colts, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Pickett on 3rd and 1. That's swung out wide to Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And the throw there going to be incomplete without the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Rodgers on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. As Indy's offense takes the field for the first time, we take a look at Matt Ryan, top 10 all-time in passing yards, playing his first career season outside of Atlanta.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. They find some open field here. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll get this one to Pittman. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. the 10, first and goal. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. Here we go now on first and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides. Easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Here's Taylor again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Harris starts the drive on the ground. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Harris. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Now Pickett. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
On third down, here's Taylor. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. And his throw here's incomplete. He was waving his arms, won the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days in Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass and you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time we'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
This time they stay on the ground. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, it's Rodgers. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. They got his man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. So we come upon halftime with our score 14. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field.
That's a tremendous start to the third quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep the accelerator down.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. They go play action now. Ryan. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Pickett now on first down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Now Pickett. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 45-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw again on second down. Pickett looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. To the air on first down with Pickett. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Pickett back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Play action. Ryan. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A good pickup there. 26 yards. Ryan. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown, game number 11 on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw, Pickett. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Pickett now from the gun here. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. That kind of puts the bow on what has been a complete performance, Charles. They're pitching a shutout on the other side in this offense. They've done their thing well, too.
Yeah, this game has been all-out effort from them on every snap, and there's a good amount of pride on the line right now. They want to finish what they started. They want the shutout preserved.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes this 35-0 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Pickett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clipped him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. One final shot for Pickett. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Colts, It's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.